We need to talk about Maui. I've made some observations, and I'm gonna need for you guys to wake the fug up, right? Or check out all the symbolism on this Mountain Dew can and tell me if you're still gonna call me a conspiracy theorist after I'm done. Check it out. So we've got Mountain Dew, right? DEW, which is the acronym for Directed Energy Weapon. Maui Burst with a blast of pineapple flavor. Blast. So let me break this down for you guys real quick. Okay, we've got Mountain Dew, DEW, Directed Energy Weapon. Maui burst into flames because of what's on the can? A tsunami wave. We have the color yellow in the background though here for some reason. I thought it was weird that the wave was yellow. First of all, it reminded me of flames as the little tiki guys are all running. They look like they're running scared and screaming. So we've got Maui burst into flames, Directed Energy Weapon with a blast of pineapple flavor with the tsunami wave. Hold on, wait for it. What's a wave, you guys? What does a laser do? How does it work? It's a wave, a wavelength. So we've got a wave of Directed Energy Weapon blasting Maui, causing it to burst into flames. Like the whole story is literally on the can of Mountain Dew. Hidden in plain sight. The people running your world are occultists. And I can literally prove it. It's right in front of you. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. And not only are these billionaires and these mega rich elites who run your world occultists, but they're hiding it in plain sight. And not only that, they're literally terrorizing people, traumatizing, MK Ultra, traumatic mind control. They're doing this stuff it's so much in plain sight, like it's a slap in our face. And unfortunately, still some people can't see it. Lanai. The island I'm pointing to right there, right behind Jeff Bezos. Lanai. Larry Ellison, this guy right here, the one shaking hands with Jeffrey Epstein, which I'll explain in a moment, owns the island of Lanai. Okay, this is completely illegal. Like, no one should own the island of Lanai. The Polynesian Islands are sacred Hawaiian territory that should belong to the natives only, that is being illegally occupied and has been since the late 1800s. They captured the queen. They stole their culture. They colonized them, essentially. And now it's one of the biggest tourist hotspots in the world. But this land's been coveted by the uber rich for a long time, especially Lahaina right here. And Lahaina is sacred land. So it's been impossible for BlackRock, the ones that come in, BlackRock, Vanguard, they come in, they buy property out from underneath people who've been saving all their lives. So, but they couldn't buy Lahaina. So what did they do? What did they do? DEW? They beamed a directed energy weapon down on the town of Lahaina, and they microwaved it. And they microwaved people where they stood, where they sat in their cars. The police barricaded them in with no place to go. And what about the 2,000 kids that are still missing? When Oprah came to Lahaina, and they asked her, Oprah, you've been here since the fires. Like, what do you think? Are you going to be here for the long haul? She's like, oh, in a couple weeks, everyone's going to forget about this. And I'll still be here for the long haul, for the rebuild. That's all she keeps talking about, the rebuild. But another thing that I thought was really strange when someone pointed it out was Oprah said she went shopping earlier that day. Like the same day of the fires? Like, so you came to Lahaina and you went shopping for what? Pillows? Pillows. That was interesting and slightly insulting, not gonna lie. So I think we all know what Oprah was shopping for, and I don't think it was pillows. But what a nice lady. Thank you, Oprah. We appreciate all the help that you've given to Lahaina. We really we really just want to say, like, the contributions are, they're moving, right? It's a form of mind control to torment people in this way, that they're gaslighting us on the daily, even though it's painfully obvious to see. Larry Ellison is right behind me, right behind Oprah, shaking hands with Jeffrey Epstein. Larry Ellison is actually the one that owns Lanai over here. The island of Lanai, the sister island of Lahaina. And he wants to make it a getaway spot for the uber rich and the mega rich and elite and famous. Right? And I thought, this guy's got to have connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Like, there's no way in heck that these two guys that both own islands for the mega rich and elite don't know each other. No. So all I did was a little searching, like I always do. And you know what I found? Larry Ellison employed Jeffrey Epstein. He was his fourth financier, and he was the head of finances for years, actually. So right there, all I had to do was a little tiny bit of typing, and I found a direct connection between Larry Ellison and Jeffrey Epstein. And Larry Ellison and Oprah actually were going to come together to buy some company or a product or something like that. So that they are definitely also connected. I wouldn't doubt if some of these guys are like shareholders, like I said, in like BlackRock and Vanguard. The DO technology actually coming from a leading weapons company, Lockheed Martin. They also make like fighter jets. And they created DO technology that our government has, bought and used and purchased from them. And the crazy thing is that like the same people, BlackRock and Vanguard, who have had their eyes on Lahaina and the Hawaiian Islands for so long, also have shares in Lockheed Martin, the directed energy weapons producers. Here's one of the directed energy weapons. Guess where it is? Nevada. But guess where the second one is in the U.S.? Guess where the other one is? Just take a wild guess. Yeah. Maui. You guessed it. It's Maui. So, right over here, let's look once again at this puzzle that I solved on the can of Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, DEW, directed energy weapons. So we've got directed energy weapon, blast, a wave, a microwave, like the tsunami is a wave, right? They've got a tsunami, and it says something about tsunami on the box of the cans. So the DEW blasted a microwave onto Maui, causing it to burst into flames. It's all hidden in plain sight. They're all secret societies. The Freemasons, the Knights Templar, they operate through symbolism, numerology, gematria. There's so much symbolism going on that I've recently become awakened to, that I've always been aware of the symbolism and like the occult symbolism, and it's what I study on a daily basis. It's what I do. I put in endless hours of research to understand this stuff, to learn more, to find the facts, so that people cannot gaslight me and call me a conspiracy theorist. But the more I research, the more I find the symbolism is right in front of us, and it's everywhere, and it's super plain to see, especially on things like this Maui burst scan. Maui burst into flame because of a direct energy weapon with a blast of microwave. A tsunami wave, like it shows on the freaking packaging. Just open your eyes, you guys. I love you, planet Earth. It's not too late to shift the tides. We can do this. We need to remember how powerful we are, though, and that we have the ability to create anything with our minds. We may just be a drop, but a drop in the sea, when it comes together, can create a wave, a tidal wave of change. We're not powerless. Remember your power. We need to stand together now or never.